Shutwilliam. Real dumb shit.
Real dumb shit.
Real dumb shit.
Real dumb
With your
shit.
boy Shunt and your boy Redacted.
What's going on? This is Real Dumb Shit Volume 3, I think. Is it free? Well, you're not paying for it, so don't complain, innit?
It's 3 or 4, one of those.
One of those. Anyway, either. Yeah, let's talk about the real dumb shit this week. What's been happening? Well, Avengers have been released, so that's really sort of like going to be one of the main sort of subjects this podcast. And then you've also got Kanye West. Oh God, that is a minefield in itself, but we're going to go there. And then you've also got what else? Ant-Man trailer, I guess. Deadpool anticipation. You know, lots of sort of comic book stuff today. So I'm here with my boy Redacted. And yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Shunt?
Not much, man, not much. Turns out one of our co-founders is actually going to be talking about this Kanye West mess on BBC, so
What?
it's going to be crazy, bruv.
Mad thing, what's going on?
I don't know, he was just chatting some shit on Facebook, bruv, and he just got rolled into this thing. He hasn't got any idea, bruv.
I ain't heard nothing about this. What's happening?
I don't know. Basically, you're just chatting shit on Facebook, and the Facebook thing just blew up in it. And a couple of his people, because, you know, our manager is basically, you know, quite well, you know, connected online sort of thing. I say this is what he tells us. It's the dream, and he's got to sell it, innit? So, you know, it's like one of those ones where we're just chilling, and yeah, he says, oh, I've got this Kanye West interview on BBC 3 or something like that. I say, like, bruv, first of all, how does that even happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a casual thing that you even bring up in conversations. Like, yeah, basically, you know, Paris Hilton's just been sucking my dick or something like that. You know what I mean? It's peak, bruv. You can't say stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can't drop bombs like that in a conversation without giving an explanation.
Exactly, some context, like some background of what's going on.
Well, it's not even background, bruv, because, like, this is just a madness anyway. So, basically, that's going to be happening on, Sunday. So, this is, Friday? It's a madness anyway. And he's going to be working mad peak hours as well. Because, you know what this guy done, right? This guy had the audacity to leave a job and not line up a job afterwards. I mean, I respect the boss. The boss is the boss. But real talk, you don't do stuff like that, bruv. You have to line up a job and then you move on. You can't. But anyway,
Yeah,
the worst.
for real, I've done it before.
Okay, everyone's done it before. Like, you know, holy in a vow and all that crap. I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, it's like one of those ones where.
Out many a time.
But the whole thing is that apparently he's getting his old job back. So I don't know how to.
Fair enough.
But then saying that is like, I don't know. Could you go back to your old workplace?
Me personally, I could not. Like, once I'm out that door, just forget me, innit? Like, don't even think about
That's
me
peak.
anymore.
That's peak. You are literally the black stereotype right now, Redacted. I ain't even gonna lie. Fingers up in the air whilst walking out the Ross Clark door,
Straight up.
holding your dick with your feet. I don't know. Yeah, it gets to that point. Anyway, so like, you know, best of luck to the boss, as it were. You know,
Yeah, good luck, brother.
and hopefully, you know, it's like one of those ones where, you know, he comes out better for it.
Don't forget to plug the pod when you're on there.
Yeah, definitely. Mr.
Shout out
Bradley,
to your boys.
Mr. Bradley, you got a big up. Shunt and Redacted.
Exactly, Mr. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, shut your mouth and know your role, blood. You know what I mean? Anyway, so back to it. Yeah, so first and foremost, like we talked about Kanye West in like brief. For those that don't know, or those that are like listening to this podcast around about 6 months down the line, Kanye West has basically said slavery is a choice. Now, for me, it is a choice, but it's not the choice of the slave, innit? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's peak. It's peak. Like, I don't know. The context, I think, got blown up because everybody's got a little...
Most of the time it does.
Yeah, because, like, at the moment, Kanye West is, like, he's taken a weird stance with Trump. He's come out. He's got golden hair. Nothing's making sense.
Dude's been kind of weird for a while, though.
Yeah,
It's been a while
everyone's saying shit like sunken place this and all that stuff. And the worst thing about it is that when he said slavery's not a choice, I kind of got what he was saying because of what his track was before. It's like New Slaves or something, isn't it? So it's like one of those ones where he's been talking about it from a sort of ideology sort of point of view. So like, you know, where your mental space is at. Even Bob Marley's even said that, you know, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Not that we're going to get into the whole music thing. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, bruv, it wasn't the case that it was a slip of the tongue or ignorance.
Yeah, but kind of like, man should know by now, like, even if what he said was said out of the best of intentions, like,
yeah.
if how we're taking it is not how he meant it to sound, like, he should
context,
know.
yeah,
He should know.
context,
like, people are gonna take him out of context. You can't just be saying shit all the time. Like you can't be just tweeting out just mad shit all the time or whatever.
He is though. That's the worst thing. It's like contrary to popular belief. I mean,
that's
like,
why I'm saying it. Like, you can't. Like, you need to watch yourself out here these days. Like,
yeah, it is saber-toothed tiger, bruv. Like, they'll call that Power Ranger Megazord on you, bruv. It's peak.
Getting pulled up for shit they didn't even do.
Oh, this is it. I mean, like, you got loads. I mean, like, at the moment, it does seem like the media is sort of like attacking black entertainers, but black entertainers at this moment are wilding the fuck out, bruv. I mean, you got Fabulous knocking the front teeth out of his missus. You got freaking Bill Cosby. You know, finally getting sent down at the age of 85, and they're gonna prosecute him because he's been, like, you know, getting it in for a while, bruv. You know, pudding. He loves putting it where it don't belong, bruv. And I don't know. I mean, like, it's easy to laugh at it, but it's a serious thing, isn't it? Like, you know, you got all these movements and stuff like that. You know, the Me Too thing, the Black Lives Matter, and all this stuff, and it's getting to a messy place. Like, online is no longer safe. I remember where you could put filters on, bruv, and you'll be safe.
Online was never safe.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, you can be whatever you wanted to be online before. Now it's like, it's super peak, bruv. Like, you say the one thing to the wrong person at the right time, and your career is effed. Like, it's funny. I find it funny anyway, because it's quite volatile right now. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Let's see. The first topic was Avengers, right? Marvel movies. Okay, so at the moment we're just going to do a chronological sort of like setup of, you know, what happened in each film. So, you know, contrary to popular belief, it didn't start off with Avengers 1. It started off with Iron Man. Then it went into...
That's not popular belief. I'm pretty sure everyone knows it started off with...
No. Some people just jumped on from Avengers, bruv. I know some ignorant people.
Yeah, but
like,
they must have known there was a film before that. Like, there's no way they thought Avengers...
Let's hope. Anyway, like, I'm just giving people the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, so, whatevs, right? So, if you jumped on, say, Avengers 1 or whatever, you've got Iron Man, you've got, Thor, you've got Incredible Hulk, and what else came out before that?
It's not quite the order, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So, chronological order is Iron Man 1, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Cap. So, yeah, so you had 5 films before the Avenger movies, should I say. And then, like, you got 5 between the other ones. So I think they've actually kept it quite even. Is it like 5 each? 4.
Yeah, there's 4 in between, because after Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Winter Soldier, and then Guardians, and then Ultron.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So, I mean, like, yeah, so you got Ultron, and then the next phase, which is the one that we're in now, currently in, 2018.
There's Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spiderman, Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity.
That's a lot. So, like, they've got, like, 7 in between, haven't they, by the sounds of it?
Yeah, because you got so when the newcomers came in there, so that's when you got your...
Spider-Man got rushed, pushed forward in there.
Doctor Strange and your Spider-Mans.
Oh, no. I mean, I was actually looking forward to seeing something like a Doctor Strange 2 or Black Panther. A spoiler alert, if you watched Infinity War, then you kind of know. But, let's just imagine that we're completely ignorant and we believe everything that happened at the end of Infinity War. How does that really change the landscape?
We know people's going to get paid, so some people are coming back.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, like, everyone's coming back, I guess. Something's going to be undone, certain bits. I mean, there's only one after six. You know what? I reckon that they should just finish films on time now. Because what we experienced at the end of Avengers Infinity War was ridiculous, bro. There was only one. No, there was only one. Like, you know, after scene, and it took time, bruv.
So yeah, but when you watch Iron Man for the first time, like that after credit scene was right at the end of the credits.
Yeah.
I had to see that film 3 times to see the after credit scene because I went in there the first time, I just watched the film like normal. Credits started, I left like a normal person.
Yeah.
That was back in the day when I was a normal person. I left. Then I went home. I heard there was some after credit scene. I was like, what? I never saw nothing.
The worst thing about it is that you could have watched it on the internet, but you decided to go watch the film, bro. This is like you wanted to go. You just like the film, bro. You like the film, so don't even bother. Like,
baby, yeah, I did like the film. I what?
The internet was popping. The internet was popping back then. So like that's how I got to see the last scene. I mean, I watched it in the cinema, and then I thought, you know what? I hear about the scene. Let's see if I can find it. I found it, and then blam, I watched it. And I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, it's good to have a cliffhanger sort of thing, but they could have done that easily at the end of that film.
No, but the thing is, I don't really see.
I know it's a Marvel trademark now.
I don't really see them as cliffhangers. It's more of tease for the next film. They're more teases, and then some of them aren't even teases. Like some of them are just a little extra, like whatever. Yeah. Like at the end of.
I mean, in Galaxy 2 had loads of them. Like a lot of them were nonsensical.
Homecoming was just like Captain America talking about patience and waiting and like the expectation of like something, and then you just get disappointed because you don't really get anything, which was fucking funny.
It's trolling. Which I appreciate.
I appreciate that shit.
I mean, the only thing that kind of like basically for those that have watched Avengers. You know, turn the volume up. For those that haven't, turn the volume down for the next 5 minutes.
We want to start off with Iron Man first.
Okay, fine. All right, cool.
Work up to that shit, man.
Okay, fine. Little bit of
with some foreplay, motherfucker.
All right, cool. A little bit of slap and tickle before we get to the middle. All right, fine. All right, so Iron Man. Well, that's what Tony Stark discovering that he has the scientific mind to cure his heart condition and save the world.
Weird way to say that.
Okay, so it's gonna be super weird because I'm gonna just basically go through this for the exposition. I'm just gonna go wham.
Well, no, fuck that. Like, what did you like about Iron Man?
Iron Man 1.
Like, do you remember like how you felt when you first saw it, or like because like I feel like the Iron Man kind of like it set the stage for a new wave of type of comic book movies.
Not really. I mean, like.
I'm lying.
The only time I thought that it was serious is when I saw Incredible Hulk. I was like, rah. That was me anyway. I thought, rah, everything's connected, bruv. This is going to be mad.
That's weird because I feel like that film's underrated.
What? Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
It's my favourite film.
People don't rate that film. I wouldn't say it's my favourite film, but I like that film, man.
I mean, because
a lot of people don't even remember that that's a Marvel film.
Well, you know what? It's because, I don't know, Bruce Banner isn't Bruce Banner. Like, because, you see Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo at the moment is Hulk.
Yeah.
But, Ed Norton is Hulk. Like, for the one... No, but... No, I can't pull it. It's like... There's a way of explaining it. So, where we saw the Incredible Hulk... Yeah. I mean, obviously, you have to bypass the part about, Abomination being so weird. But then I like that as well.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I like Tim Ross Blonsky. Like, I enjoyed that. It made sense. It's like an aging like military guy.
Yeah, somebody that would take that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, who like sees this opportunity to get more power and to get more out of his body. Like as he says in the film, it's like having his experience in a stronger, faster body, like a body of a younger person. Like, if he could put his mind in the body of like himself like 10, 15 years ago or whatever, then like he's banging, he's off to the races. That makes sense. Like I like that theory.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's one of the better, like, because basically there's one thing within like the whole Marvel universe is that the first one they go up against a doppelganger, the second one they go up against somebody who
but I feel like that's not really isolated to just the movies. like those characters exist. Like those are their villains.
Yeah, but it's
that's a comic thing.
I mean, because for me anyway,
comics
that's
love like the flip side, like the coin, like the other side of the coin.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, it was sort of like I kind of got weary of it with the Black Panther sort of like comparison sort of thing, because basically, you know, like Black Panther's going up against his main nemesis, and his main nemesis is sort of like, you know, somebody who's literally got the same values, but they're more skewed towards, you know, ending his sort of. I mean, like within the films. I'm not talking about Killmonger in the comic because that's a completely different character. But anyway, I digress. So where Iron Man was cool. Then Incredible Hulk, which is my favorite one in the beginning, and then like you had.
Do you have any favorite scenes from Iron Man?
Iron Man, the breakout, I guess.
The breakout.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like the whole. Was it Ironmonger? Is it Ironmonger? Yeah, I didn't really like the whole angle of that. I kind of got it, but I didn't care. But then saying that,
character in general, or like.
I don't know. I mean, because I was a fan of the animated series, so you know, I see Iron Man's main nemesis as like the Mandarin. So I don't know. At the time. I mean, obviously now it's they're amazing movies, but at the time I wanted it to be more, not fantastical, but you know, leading up within that trilogy to a Mandarin showdown. What we got in Iron Man 3.
You kind of. Well, when I watched it, I kind of thought that was going to happen anyway, because you had like this dude and you had the group, like the 10 Rings. So I thought it was building up to Mandarin. Like I wasn't expecting them to just have Mandarin boom like first film.
Yeah.
But like it should have built up to an actual Mandarin.
Yeah. I mean, either is webs, right? So that happened in Iron Man. Incredible Hulk. My favorite scene is the scene in you know that bit where they're on the bridge bit where he's in the bridge and he hulks out. That's my favorite scene where, you know, he's thunderclapping the tanks and all that stuff. I mean the end fight is awesome. Don't get it twisted. But in regards to the tension in that scene.
Bronsky had his first dose.
Yeah, that's Super Soldier Bronsky.
Yeah, so it was before he's full on
Abomination.
But like he's stronger, faster, and he's able to hang for like a couple of seconds before he gets fucked up. Which also was funny, he just gets kicked.
Yeah. The one thump. Like that's the reason why it's one of my favourite scenes as well. In regards to the next one's Thor. Thor I didn't really like. I ain't gonna lie. I like moments. I like the fact that they connected it to sort of like Asgard straight away. In regards to Loki or the Guardian, he didn't even fight Loki in the first one. It was the Guardian thing, innit?
No, it was just Destroyer.
The Destroyer. So it's like meh. So that one's without saying, you know, anything. So, but then I like the whole fact that Thor was suffering in the beginning, because you know, much like Joss Whedon is always indoctrinated, you know, Buffy suffer, show good sort of thing.
Yeah, I liked all the Asgard stuff. Like the Asgard stuff and the Earth stuff, I kind of like separately. Yeah. It looked a bit weird when like you see like Thor's like buds like turn up on Earth.
Yeah.
That looked a bit weird, but like whatever. Yeah, Destroyer was a bit like shit or whatever. Like Loki was cool.
Yeah, I mean, Middleton's great. It's great. And casting's great.
Yeah, the casting in all the films have been great. I don't think there's really been any bum castings in the films.
Yeah, even with like the whole clangor with Ed Norton like coming back in, it still made sense. Like Mark Ruffalo didn't seem so out of place.
No, yeah. I mean, I'd more think that maybe they shouldn't have got Ed Norton in the first place.
It's hard to say that. I mean, like, because
I don't think so, because like reportedly he's hard to work with anyway. Like he likes to rewrite scripts that he's in. So
but
like,
saying
I
that,
don't
if he did do any rewrites in Incredible Hulk, he did it for the right reasons.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
But then it depends. This is the thing. This is it. We ain't seen the original script. We don't know what he actually added to that film.
Yeah.
So.
But like, I I still feel like they could have still made a good film without him. Like he didn't make that film.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
no,
just
it was the
in that
characters.
film.
It was the characters.
Yeah.
So let's see. Then it was Cap. Cap 1 was very slow and boring. I felt.
I liked it.
I liked it as well.
I feel like it worked. Like
I mean,
for what it was, for making like a character that I had zero interest in, like made him interesting.
See, but then this is my thing. Like without Cap 1, you won't have Winter Soldier. So it's like it's one of those ones. So I liked the fact that everything kind of like that's one thing I do like about the Marvel thing is that the sequels usually tie up loose ends and when you're moving forward with the whole plot line of like what the Avengers are and all that stuff. It's always been a good thing. So so then you had the Avengers, which is basically like bad meets evil meets okay meets average. Like the whole team gathers for the first time.
Yeah, that film, like if Iron Man was like the beginning of like what these movies could be, like the Avengers was like the cherry, the stamp, like whatever it is that you need to be like, yeah, this is the authority, because like they had a lot of scenes in that film that I just wasn't expecting to see. Like previously in comic book movies, you see scenes.
You see everything in the one film.
No, but you see like watered down versions of what you're supposed to see.
Yeah.
So like you'll see a weird, like flight suit version of the Green Goblin, or you see,
amalgamation character like in Blade. Like that was one thing that pissed me off. I mean, like, everybody liked Deacon Frost, whatever his name is. I mean, like, but that was like the common norm within like comic book films. Like they'll combine like 3 or 4 because they don't know whether or not they're gonna have like a sequel or whatever.
Yeah, but like, so like when you see the helicopter for the first time, like it's just in water, and I just thought that probably be as far as they go. I wasn't expecting it to fly because that's like comic book movies up to then you wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't see that. Like you see,
but then
the
it was
in in like shitty leather uniforms and not their proper their proper uniforms. So I wasn't expecting them when they was like, yeah, we better go inside. I was like, what? Shit's going down. Like
the thing I weren't expecting was when Hulk went mad up in there. I was thinking like, this is like the whole budget, bruv. That's a film in itself. Yeah. Hulk going mad in the helicarrier, you know what I mean? But that was just like a mad scene. Like, so you had that.
Thor on the wing of like the Quinjet. Like I like seeing that as well. That's like the classic comic book pose. Like it's just got so much stuff, and like like the fight at the end, fucking hell. Like that blew my mind. Like when you see them actually like combining their abilities to fight through like this mass of fucking alien arseholes.
Well, this is the thing, and they're not alien arseholes, right? They're there to do a job, right? This is another thing.
Still alien arseholes.
No. They're invading on behalf of the Shikari, whatever Skrull. They're meant to be Skrulls. I'm just gonna say Skrull.
Yeah, well, it's the Ultimate Universe version of Skrulls.
And then like, you've got Loki being properly introduced to the fold as a baddie. Him sort of like murking people, going on ruthless, and then I mean, for me, it was a good film. Now, what happened next?
Ant have a quarrel with a boot.
Exactly. never, bro. So, in regards to the film that came out afterwards, what was the next one? It was Avengers, and then it was Iron Man 2. You mean
2? No, Iron Man 3.
It would have been Iron Man 2, bro.
You skipped it. It was after Hulk.
Was it after Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Whiplash and all that, isn't it? I remember now. Well, Iron Man 2 anyway, I mean, I don't know. Just as a film, I thought it was pretty wishy-washy, but I don't know, I mean, like, because you had Whiplash.
There's some parts I liked, Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
That was good. Like, I definitely could have seen more of him.
Mm-hmm.
I did like.
What, Rourke? I could.
Whiplash is a bit shit.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
What else did I like?
Oh yeah, and the recasting of Warhammer that happened in that one, didn't it?
War Machine.
War Machine. Sorry, my bad. God,
Kick you out of the club, bro.
bruv,
Kick you right out of the club.
it's fine. I don't mind. I mean, to be fair, like especially in Avengers, like it just I don't know, you know, War Machine. He gets on my nerves, bruv.
What do you ever do to you?
He's just annoying, bruv. He's just annoying.
What's the reason?
And the main reason why,
Acceptance of war.
and the main reason why I said Warhammer as well, because isn't like he like the head of Hammer now? Does no, because in the comics his suit is built by Hammer, isn't it? No, in the film his suit is built by Hammer.
Yeah, in the film, his suit has add-ons by Hammer. So he stole / was given the suit, and then
Had adjustments.
The military gave him like Justin Hammer upgrades.
I don't know. So anyway, so that's the main reason why I kind of casually glossed over that film anyway. Anyway, so the one after that is what, Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 comes out after Avengers.
Yeah.
And then what happens? What? Iron Man 3, I don't know.
It's, to me, like, it's an okay movie.
It's
but
necessary
it's
for
not
the
an
evolution,
Iron Man movie.
but yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was necessary for us to see that within the Avengers sort of scenario. Because you had to basically show him become the robot. There's some cool scenes in there.
He doesn't become the robot.
Well, this is it. Like, that's another reason why I was disappointed with that film. You know, where he becomes the robot, and you know he because no, but in the comic books he becomes he becomes less sentient, more robotic. Yeah, because remember, like he becomes like devote of emotion.
No, because it's based on Extremis by
Yeah.
I forgot who wrote it. Warren Ellis.
Yeah.
And it's not like he becomes more robotic. It's he ends up taking the Extremis, which kind of merges the man and the machine. Which like whatever, but like the film, I don't know. It's just weird. Like it just made for me.
I like Guy
Thor
Pearce
and
in
Iron
there,
Man.
but
no, I hated Guy Pearce in that film.
well, I thought it was unexpected because, you know, because he's meant to be like the fire guy.
He turned into a villain because he got left on the roof
Oh yeah, that was a bit rubbish.
on New Year's Day. It's like, look, like I'm entertaining this honey, like, you know, like give me some space. He's supposed to lie a minute, like come catch me on another day, innit, or try catch my people or whatever. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna turn evil. I'm gonna turn evil and come back for revenge. It's like, nah.
To be fair, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's
If I turned evil every time I got stood up, like there'd be problems.
I don't know, bro.
All you motherfuckers would be fucked up.
That's terrible. That's terrible news, bro. Anyway, so Iron Man 3, then Winter Soldier for me was like the best Captain America movie. Only because it has just ridiculous amounts of action, bro. Like, it's relentless. Like, if you watch it now, it is absolutely relentless.
I could watch that film all day. Like, I think it is my favorite. I think it is my favorite because you've got great scenes like the elevator scene where it's just like man knows what time it is, and he gave them a chance as well. Just fucked them up.
Crossbones, bro.
Yeah, the introduction of Crossbones, but like
gets murked in Ultron. So
and then you got the thing of the whole thing of like Hyde's just been hiding within Shield.
Yeah, I love that.
Dope.
Yeah.
What else? The introduction of Falcon.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, nah.
I don't care about Falcon.
Bro,
Falcon Falcon can die, bro. Like if he basically got permanently axed,
Shut your mouth.
you shut your face, bro. Like the only reason why I don't like Falcon is because I find him. I don't know. I don't think he's weaker than say Winter Soldier or Bucky, whatever. But it's like
no, obviously he is weaker because he's just a normal person.
yeah,
But he knows how to use them wings.
I know. But then saying that when he becomes
But he don't give a fuck. Like he's got that fuck attitude.
no. He hasn't got the I don't
He's
give a
down
fuck.
for his bro. Like he's got his back.
Yeah,
How you gonna be down on a man that's got another man's back? Come on, man.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
He's about
You're
that
God,
life.
give him
It's
props
about
for that shit.
okay, fine.
Exactly.
But I just as the character,
He even says that at the end of the film, like I go where you go, like down.
that's that Civil War anyway. That's not.
No, that's at the end of Winter Soldier.
No, not Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I can't remember that film.
Yeah, when they're at the end of the film, when they're at the grave, and like Nick Fury's like, yeah, I could do with your help, and he's like, nah, I've got my own mission or whatever, and then he asks Falcon, he's like, I'll go where you go or whatever. So the end of that film.
Okay, fine. So Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my.
4, man.
Huh?
You skipped 4.
Okay. Now 4 comes out towards the end, isn't it? That's.
You skipped 4 too.
Did I?
Yes.
That one.
3,
See,
4, 2.
I don't like 4 2. A lot of people have criticised me for that because a lot of them saying, "Oh, but you know it's Jane and you know the power and all that stuff." And it's like, yeah, she gets possessed.
No one cares about fucking Jane Foster.
But this is it. I don't care. For Ragnarok.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I said that I find surprising. Like why?
I think it's
No
because
one cares about Jane Foster. Who are you talking to?
well, like it wasn't about Jane Foster. It was basically about the Dark Elves and it being a serious film and all that stuff. But then saying that,
That's what I like in it. Like
I prefer Thor in Ragnarok.
yeah, but
It's the right
it's not
amount.
wrong.
Yeah.
Like there are bits I like in it. Like fine, like the Dark Elf, Malekith is not really all that, but like you get to see a bit more of Loki in it.
Yeah.
Like there's the whole I don't know, like you get to see like him and his mum like had a really close connection. And like I don't know, like Loki is not all bad. Like he's just he's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood, but he's also evil. He's also
not evil.
He committed genocide in Avengers 1, bro.
He tried to. But
Tried
like,
to, yeah.
Yeah. Who hasn't tried to take over a piece of turf that wasn't their own? Exactly.
Hulk.
Like, people do all the time.
The Hulk, bro.
People do all the time.
The Hulk just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, unless you're reading Old Man Logan, where he becomes like a
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so-
Exactly. Or you're
Maestro,
reading. Yeah, exactly. Or when he becomes the maestro. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's lots of times he tried to take over shit, and that's not his.
Fine. So you've done 4. You've done Guardians of the Galaxy. My favorite in regards to the introduction of characters. I felt it was a lot better than say the Avengers first movie, in some senses.
Yeah, but the
Introduction
Avengers-
wise.
Yeah, but the Avengers
But then-
didn't need to introduce the characters because they'd already been introduced previously.
Yeah.
Like, but Guardians did just introduce the group well. Like it flowed, like they're meeting up together.
And the soundtrack as well.
into
The
group.
soundtrack, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
the soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. So you've got that, and then you've also got what's the other film?
Well, can't just say like the soundtrack's great. Like what?
Oh, okay. I mean, I just like the fact that he had a. It was against some senses what the original ethos at the time in the universe was. Is that everything was serious.
Yeah.
You know, I like the fact that somebody like Star-Lord had a dark yet uplifting backstory. So obviously there's this cat, there's this like earthling / orphan.
They wanted to eat you, boy.
Definitely with the reefers and all that stuff. So it was one of those ones where
Never tasted terror before.
This is it. This is it. Like, it's a mad one. Like,
so many great characters.
I'm Mary Poppins, Joe.
Yeah, that's not till later, but yeah. So.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Rest in peace.
Figures to this guy. So yeah, you got that, and then let's see. You've also got
See, like that's like
the scene.
Like,
the scene with
DC need to
the
take
dancer.
some notes. Like that's how you create a team and put them together in one movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Suicide Squad.
Well,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Okay, we can't discuss that. We can't discuss that now. We'll do it in a sec.
Fucking Suicide Squad.
Okay, rest in peace, DC. But
Whoa, that's a bit harsh. I won't go in there.
they're dead, bruv. They're
I
done.
won't go in there.
They're done.
Hey, like,
I mean, Aquaman.
Aquaman
That's your
might be
last chance, bruv.
That might be good.
If Aquaman does not hit
What
at
about
least
Shazam?
one cylinder
What about
of,
Shazam?
huh?
What about Shazam?
Did you hear the lightning the second time you said it? Nothing, bruv. Nothing. I've got nothing for Shazam right now. Like, in this
could be
universe, I have nothing for
It could be
Shazam.
good. It could be really good.
I mean, I've been waiting for like The Rock being
It
Black
might be
Adam
the
and all that
best thing
stuff.
you've ever seen. He's not. I don't think he's in that film.
So they've lost that as well. There's no need for you to watch a Shazam film.
I don't think he's in that film.
I mean, I just don't get it.
He might cameo at the end, like just turn up,
Maybe.
be like, yeah, come watch the sequel.
Yeah, sequel's coming out soon.
Catch me in the sequel, yeah.
Catch you in the sequel. Because you've got, what, Shazam, you've also got... Because, I don't know, the magic characters in DC are a lot stronger than, you know, the current roster, I reckon. In regards to character. I'm not talking about, you know, powers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But in regards to, like, you know, your Dr. Fate, your magician characters, you know, whatever, which one you want to name, because I can't remember half of them. And then you've got, like, you know, your malevolent Constantines, which obviously Vertigo, they could throw in, and, you know, your Darks and all that stuff. But in a nutshell, back to Marvel, let's not get twisted. But what I reckon my kind friend was trying to say, it was a good introduction from, like, you know, Guardians.
Yeah.
And then the next one down the line is
Ultron.
Ultron, I think, kind of sucked.
I like most of it.
Me as well. I like Quicksilver. I thought it was a bit of a cop-out that they killed him off so soon.
I think they did that because of X-Men. So what I heard was like, originally X-Men were gonna have the Juggernaut in that scene. So like in that scene where they go to break out Magneto, they were gonna use the Juggernaut. But I think they either heard they knew that X-Men, that Marvel were gonna use Quicksilver, and they changed their mind, or they just naturally changed their mind. And I think that Marvel didn't want to have like two Quicksilvers, so they just killed them off because they could.
I suppose.
Which is unfortunate because I think the character, like the X-Men Quicksilver, the scenes look cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you've done it twice now. You that's it. Like I don't really need to see that again.
Yeah.
Like after once, really, it's just self-indulgent, like bullshit. You're just wanking yourself off. Like I think the character of Quicksilver in the Marvel film
So much
was
more
closer to actual Quicksilver in the comics, and two, it was more interesting. Like the other one, yeah, he looks fine, but like
I don't know.
who
I
cares
mean,
about what he's doing?
I reckon now that, you know, the whole procedure of like Fox being taken over by Disney, whatever.
It might not happen.
It probably will.
It might not happen.
Probably will. Only because.
When I say it might not happen, I hope it doesn't happen because like.
Yeah, for the world of film,
You
it's
don't
long.
need that kind of, you know. And I like Marvel films, but you don't need. And I would like the X-Men to go back to Marvel, but you don't need like mega companies. Like companies are getting too big.
No.
Too big.
No, see, this is the thing. An idea that I have in regards to what Disney's created, which is basically like the world's, well, the more recent example of a TV show format working well within film. So you know the reverse engineering of it all, because obviously TV was obviously the first sort of medium that everyone saw, and then film sort of like was the sort of like byproduct of cinema. So I don't know. I mean, because obviously cinema came out before television, and then obviously things became more accessible and blah blah blah. But one thing that television always did was they had to create things that were serial. So you know, and also have people coming back for more. Like you can't show the same image over and over again. So in regards to the Marvel sort of aspect of things, I think, yeah, it was a great time to introduce such a concept, because nothing like that had ever been done. Nobody had the audacity to be that ambitious with a film series.
Yeah, I mean, like it went much further than I expected. Like when I was growing up, I always wanted. I just wanted to know that Batman and Superman were in the same universe. I didn't necessarily need to see them in the same film.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to know, like, and acknowledge that they existed, or like Spider-Man could know, like, and acknowledge that there's X-Men out there or whatever. I didn't necessarily need to see them in the same film. I just wanted that little acknowledgement, or just something to know that they just
But it's separating the brand, isn't it? If you're thinking of it from a sort of a marketing point of view, you don't want, say, I don't know, unfortunate byproducts. So people that don't like, say, Superman won't go and watch Batman because they don't want to see Superman. I know it's a minute sort of chance of that happening, but this is a sort of theory that they had back in the day, because there's people that used to watch Superman, and there's people that used to watch Batman on TV. So it's like, you know, it's one of those ones.
Yeah,
but
it's short-sighted.
it is very short-sighted, but DC
People
are the
can
most
choose,
short-sighted.
like, even now, I'm sure there's people that don't watch every Marvel movie. They just watch the ones they like.
Yeah. But I watched every single one because I'm a nerd. I'm fully aware of that. But in regards to let's see, the next one down, like so Ultron, I weren't really a big fan of.
I like some parts of it. I liked I like about that film.
I mean, I like scenes. I like the whole factor of Ultron being beaten up, and you know, created a sort of like you know distance between.
Introduction of Claw was good.
Yeah, and that sort of like set up what's going to happen in like Black Panther and all that. But yeah, I suppose if you think of it that way, yeah, Age of Ultron did have a lot of like implications of like you know the whole universe and the way it was going to sort of like build up from that phase, if that makes sense. I mean, the thing I liked about Ultron was the whole angle that they used for Civil War. Because obviously, you know, you had Thunder Ross and all that stuff, and kind of being reintroduced. I mean, like, because obviously, like, those that are fans of the actual comic book of Civil War, it was actually done by mutants, that whole Sokovia thing. Like, I think, like, a new team or something like that went in and they just blew up a whole thing.
Yeah, the New Warriors.
New Warriors, yeah. And I don't think any of those characters were responsible for Civil War 2, but or any sort of similar sort of thing happened with them or something like that. What did Civil War 2 start off from?
Civil War 2 was about it was basically like Minority Report. So there was this actually he wasn't even a mutant, he was a what do you call him?
Inhuman?
Yeah, he was an Inhuman, and he could see the future or some shit like that. And yeah, he was basically telling them what was gonna happen, and so they were basing like shit on that, like the Hulk was gonna like fuck shit up, so everyone went to go see Banner and be like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, so that's what basically Civil War was about. Civil War 2.
So, I mean, like, because does World War Hulk kind of exist? I mean, sorry for the little tangent, but the World War Hulk kind of like exist on that timeline already?
Well, in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics.
Yeah, it was before.
So that's obviously canon within that universe sort of thing. So
Like,
so Bruce
Marvel-
Banner's already come back from Planet Hulk and all that
Yeah.
stuff. He's lost his wife and
Yeah, like Marvel Comics, they've pretty much been on the same timeline. They haven't done the DC thing and just been like reboot, all this stuff didn't happen, or some of this stuff didn't
House of
happen.
M
or
and all
whatever.
that stuff.
So yeah, all of it's canon.
All right, so you got that. So yeah, back to after what happened after Age of Ultron. So yeah, Civil War, that Ant-Man. Yeah, I love Ant-Man. It was a departure from.
Baskin and Robbins always finds out.
Yeah, always, bruv. I can't even remember that reference, bruv. Why?
How can you not remember that reference, man?
Oh man.
It's like the first reference in the film.
Oh man, I need to watch
Like
it. I
when
mean,
it
I'm gonna
gets
I'm gonna review. Well, I'm gonna rewatch it anyway because obviously Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out, so I'll probably be more sharp on that sort of thing. But I mean, like in regards to those two films,
Ant-Man was fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a bit different. It also stands alone.
yeah, it does and it doesn't. I mean, like for me,
Yeah, but all of them
I mean-
don't do when they don't because they're connected. So
yeah,
so like there's that. But then
because I was kind of upset that they decided to bypass Hank Pym and just go straight to
a
Scott
little
Lang.
bit. I was at first when I first heard about it, but then afterwards when it came out, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you know, I didn't have massive ties to Hank Pym. I just thought, for me,
I mean, well,
Ultron
this is the
should have
thing.
Ultron in the comics is always a Hank Pym thing.
Yeah, it's creation of Hank Pym.
I guess in the universe they've created, it makes sense it being Iron Man because he's fucked everything up. Like
Yeah,
a
he's
lot of
responsible
shit
for
that's gone
everything.
down is down to Iron Man.
Yeah, yes and no.
Not yes or no, just yes.
I don't know. I don't necessarily want to blame Starkey for
I
the
blame
whole
him 'cause it's his
invasion.
fault.
No, the whole invasion of say Thanos. Thanos had an
Yeah,
agenda
right,
anyway.
fine, that's not specifically his fault, but Ultron's his fault. What else? I swear there was something else. I
Well,
swear something else was his fault.
Civil War was his fault.
Yeah, Civil War's his fault. Civil War is his fault, like, mostly, because it's like, like, look what happened, look what happened to Sokovia.
Yeah.
Like, we need to put you motherfuckers on the leash. And it's like, yeah, I'm down, like, I'm gonna sign the Sokovia Accords, but it's like, you started shit.
Yeah.
It's like some woman come up to you in a building, she's like, oh, my son died, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but you caused that shit. You caused that shit.
Yeah,
Why
by
am I
creating
paying for
Ultron,
shit
yeah,
that
yeah.
you caused?
Yeah. I mean, like, it kind of like it made less sense in in regards to like comic book wise, but yeah, I did like the angle that Tony Stark is like this. Well, he's not out of touch superhero, but like you know he's quite oblivious to his consequences.
Yeah.
I like that. But then he's always got a backup plan.
Not oblivious, but because he does understand it's his fault, but he kind of makes everyone responsible for shit he did, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because if I do something, I don't expect you to have to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, obviously, the original Sokovia report was just basically a mutant registration scheme, innit? So they had to basically make it apply to that universe, and that's the only way I reckon that it kind of made most sense.
Yeah, true, but it's just a bit weird that one person, like, fucking up for everybody. I mean, I guess that's how they make laws now anyway in real life, so I shouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
Because it's always like laws are made basically like because a few people fuck it up.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to pay.
Definitely. So you got that, and then you've got what else?
Civil War's after that.
So Ant-Man and Civil War. Then what's the one after that?
Strange.
Yeah, I liked Strange. A lot of people didn't like it. Main reason why I like Strange is because of the introduction of what magic is in the Marvel universe, which is basically like, you know, unrecognized technology. You know,
Well, that's,
It's
more
what-
of
it's
a,
what-
that's more of a Thor thing. Like, magic in Doctor Strange is more.
it's more occult, I guess. Devils and demons, and you know,
I mean, maybe, but that stuff wasn't really introduced in the film.
it was. It was at the end, didn't it?
There's no devils in Doctor Strange.
Well, what was it Mephisto?
demons
He mashes up Mephisto and it gives him the.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Where's Mephisto in the film?
At the end.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives him the sentiment of time. Like, he uses Agamotto on him.
That's not Mephisto.
Who's that then?
That's what's his name, innit? That's not Mephisto. That's fucking Flamehead. What's his face?
Dormammu?
Yeah,
Is it Dormammu?
yeah.
Oh yeah, because Mephisto's more Ghost Rider, ain't he?
Kind of. I mean, kind of, as in, as far as in like.
He's the main one he rucks
he's-
against.
Yeah, kind of. But he kind of goes across all the Marvel like, characters.
I suppose.
So he fucks up shit all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Maximum Carnage, like a lot of the time. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, not even Maximum Carnage, the animated series where he enlists the help of Venom and Carnage to fill souls so he could come over from the negative realm or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
That was like a main thing as well. That was weird. Anyway, so you got that, and then
I also liked Doctor Strange.
I don't know, yeah.
I did like
I mean, cultural appropriation aside, you know,
yeah, I mean, yes.
it should have
but
been. It should have been an
also
old Chinese
It's
dude.
too late. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's too late. Like no matter what they did, like someone was gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Like you know, it is what it is. It's based on a character that was created in like the '60s. So like it's too late. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's too late. Like that character already exists. It's too late to what do you call it? Course correct and be like, well, no, we'll just make him Chinese. I mean, I guess you could, but again,
So was it originally
matter
a
what,
female,
you would've
a white female? That was the
oh, are you talking about the ancient one?
Asian one.
Yeah, of course not. Of course it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, so for me, it's like meh. So you got that, and then who else?
Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. Guardians 2, I always felt it's great, like, because I like the actual story, but in regards to the build up towards Infinity War, not so much necessary. But in saying that, I did like the fleshing out of what Star-Lord's character was, you know, giving him a bit more drama.
Yeah, but not even just. It wasn't even just Star-Lord. Like you get to see like a bit more of what Rocket's about.
Baby Groot as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really like he's there and he's a definite plus point, but like it's not really like in-depth character stuff like you get with Rocket, like you get with
Drax.
no, not Drax,
Gamora?
because there's a lot of stuff with her sister Nebula in there, and also
Mantis as well.
Mantis is introduced, fair, but what you get with what's his name? Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, yeah, the Reavers. The Reavers. D. Begins with D. Doesn't begin with D. All I remember is the whistle guy.
What his name is.
Because he doesn't do that much speaking, he just
Yeah,
whistles.
but he's awesome though, so I should remember what his name is.
Well, basically, Meryl. Meryl, that's our song.
Meryl.
Blue Meryl.
Merle, Space Merle.
Space Meryl. Mary Poppins.
Poppins, y'all.
Oh, God. Okay, we should really research that. But yeah, that guy, great. I mean, it's kind of sucked that he dies, but it's necessary, I guess. Character development.
It wasn't necessary.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Sylvester Stallone in the film was cool.
I guess, but like it wouldn't have changed if he wasn't in it.
Adam Warlock, being semi-introduced.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Those guys were fun. Like their whole they're playing a computer game kind of thing. Like they're controlling their ships.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like drones. Like, that was cool.
Drone
like,
strikes.
like,
yeah,
that was kind of cool.
that was alright.
Kurt Russell was cool.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's always cool. This is the worst thing. It's like Kurt Russell in any film, even if it's rubbish, like Death Proof. Like, I don't care what anyone says. That was shit, bruv.
It was fine.
Shit.
It was fine.
Shit. It was the same film
it has
twice.
Its place.
It was the same film twice,
How's it
but
same
with
film
different
twice?
ending. Huh?
How's it the same film twice?
They do the same. Like, don't you remember Death Proof? Like, they did the same thing, and then like there's the revenge from like another group of ladies that he sort of entraps. So you see him trap the first lot, and it's like a little mini film, and then it's like it's the same film but with a different ending twice.
Yeah, but like you can say that about any film.
No.
Any film where there's some dude and like you see his modus operandi first, and then you see him get his come up, and you can always say that's the same film.
Okay,
twice.
fine, waves. Well, Death Proof we'll probably come back to because I want to sort of like talk about Kill Bill and all that stuff and Quentin and all that stuff next, I guess. Okay, back to the old Marvel lineup. So we've done, what was it? Infinity? No, not even Infinity. We've done Guardians 2. What else was there? Spiderman. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I did like Homecoming. Obviously, there was a lot of hype coming off the back from Civil War. You know, first time we've actually seen a Marvel Universe version of this Spider-Man that we've been, waiting for. This is the Spider-Man that we was waiting for.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know I was waiting for this version, but yes.
I mean,
finally.
Well, this is it. It came as a nice surprise. The fact that,
That's an understatement. It was a massive surprise. I never would have thought they would have been able to like get their shit together.
Yeah.
And make a deal with Sony.
I mean, the next one after that was sort of like, the most unreasonable fanboy sort of request after that was X-Men in Avengers, obviously, and that's which kind of seemed more realistic.
That would have been too much. It would have been too much. Like maybe if there would have been like one X-Men man, X-person.
Yeah. I mean,
they might have, but yeah, like like you could have never had a deal, like a similar deal for like the X-Men, because then you're saying like to Fox, like we're taking the X-Men off your table, because that's what they done with Sony. Like Spider-Man's off the table.
No, not really. I mean, Spider-Man can still be.
Don't care what they say. No, because you can't make those two things happen. Like once you've got Spider-Man in the Avengers, you can't then have Spider-Man turn up in Venom or Black versus White or whatever, Silver or whatever the fuck they want to call their Silver Sable Black Cat movie that they're trying to make. Like, they wouldn't be trying to make shit like that if they could use Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, that being said, I mean, it's one of those ones where I agree and I disagree with the whole Venom thing.
Always.
I mean, like, I want to see an R-rated Venom film. I don't think that could exist within the Marvel universe.
Maybe. I mean,
it's the same thing with Deadpool. Like, I like Deadpool on Fox for that reason.
I don't need to see a Venom film. I don't need to see a film where Venom's the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, unless you're talking Agent Venom, and Agent Venom doesn't need to be R-rated.
Yeah, that could be PG-13.
Yeah, like, it's not necessary. Like, I don't need to see...
But you do need to see Eddie Brock or some form of Venom beforehand. Like, you can't just jump straight into Agent Venom because there's no...
You can.
I don't think you can.
If you can jump into Venom with no Spider-Man, you could just jump into Agent Venom. Like, once you've decided that all bets are off...
Nah, but with Agent Venom, that kind of ties more into what I think would be moving forward the whole Spider-Man mythos in...
Not really,
no, because you need S.H.I.E.L.D. That's the thing. Like, you need S.H.I.E.L.D.
You don't need S.H.I.E.L.D. You just need...
For Agent Venom, you need S.H.I.E.L.D.
You just
Who's he
need-
working for then? What, CIA?
Exactly. Any government agency. It could be like anything. Like, you know, it could be OGA. Like, it doesn't need to be a specific. It doesn't need to be shit.
I reckon it does. I mean, only because of the context, because I don't know. I don't know Flash Thompson. Look, basically, you have to understand that Flash Thompson isn't Spider-Man's friend. He's his enemy.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. When you boil it down to like its basic parts, you have alien or scientific thing
Yeah.
that's going to combine with a dude who can't be in the military anymore because he got his legs blown off. Like, you don't. Again, like,
Yeah, but this is what I think you have to see.
Spider-Man off the table. Like, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, either. I think that this Venom film, anyway, it could possibly be good.
I don't think it looks good.
I mean, I
I
don't.
think I said that before, but it
Well,
doesn't look good.
it's one of those ones where.
I'd like to be wrong. I'm probably right.
But this is it. In order for it to be an R-rated Venom, which is obviously like it depends if you're a fan of the Venom comic or you're a fan of the Venom antagonist in Spider-Man. You're gonna either.
Who's a fan of Venom, the protagonist? Like, no one cares.
I care only because of Carnage. Like Carnage.
So what?
Well, this is it. Like, it depends. I mean, like, I like the whole symbiote clone thingy jiggy, whatever you want to sort of wrap that era of
like
it.
all of it wrapped up in like a Spider-Man bow. Like, if you're going to take Spider-Man off the table,
It's pointless.
then
It is pointless.
it's not necessarily pointless, but then you might as well do what you want to do. You might as well just go with your best story and what's going to put bums in seats. And like, I feel like you have a better chance of doing that with an Agent Venom than just like Venom Lethal Protector. Like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Before I
like,
was thinking like,
I like the casting.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
gonna
do like Tom Hardy as Venom, but I
I like
reckon.
Tom Hardy. I'm not sure I like Tom Hardy as Venom.
Yeah, I mean, and the only reason why is because it's. I don't know. I think he's done way too many superheroes anyway. Like,
No, he hasn't.
yes.
If you're gonna talk about like who's done like Chris Evans he's been in the most.
Yeah, yes.
No one's been in more comic book / superhero films than Chris Evans.
Samuel
Nobody.
Jackson.
Even Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson's been in way more.
Nah,
Yeah, yes.
no way.
Yes.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, bro.
Like Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
He's been in Spirit. If we're gonna count, are we counting comic book films or comic based films?
Comic both.
All right. Unbreakable series, Glass and all that, because Glass is coming out next.
I wasn't even. No, you can't. No.
Okay,
No.
so you're excluding Glass then?
No, like when you say comic-based films, I'm talking like films that are not necessarily superheroes, but they're based on like real comics, not just like
Okay, so
they're based on theory. Of
okay,
comics.
so far you've
All right,
got
no, you know what? Fine, throwing Glass
Okay.
and Unbreakable.
Glass, Unbreakable,
Yeah.
Jumper. What else? Samuel's also been in. It's another superhero.
You can count. What's that? Free.
Well, Star Wars. He's been in Star Wars.
You can't count that.
Yeah, you can.
There's a Star Wars comic, but the film came first.
Yeah, but then you've got Clone Wars, this series. Mace Windu was actually specifically made for Samuel Jackson.
So,
It's
but
just-
it's not based on. It's not based on a comic. It's based on a
Okay,
film.
okay, so we're excluding that.
That's definitely getting excluded.
Okay, fine. And so Spirit, he's made some really bad ones, hasn't he?
Pretty sure that's it.
Because obviously you've got like the Marvel. He hasn't been in a DC film.
No.
Yeah, because that was Morgan Freeman. Yeah, we can recognize the difference in blackness.
Film was Morgan Freeman.
Batman, isn't it?
Oh, DC.
Yeah.
Chris Evans been in way more.
Okay, what he's been in? What Push? He's
Push, Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer's not a comic book film.
It's based on a comic.
It's based on a comic, but then you said
What then?
you're saying that Star Wars doesn't count. So it's
No,
like
because Star Wars is based on a film series. Snowpiercer
Yeah, but
is
it's
based
also-
on a comic.
okay, so Push.
Clearly different.
So Push, Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Losers.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Obviously Captain America.
Cap. Yeah, Cap. That's it.
Shit, I know there's more.
No, that's it.
Nah, there's more. Push. Snowpiercer. Fantastic Four. Losers. Scott Pilgrim. He's in it.
Okay, fine.
What?
Isn't Samuel Jackson in that as well?
Nah.
Anyway, yeah, you got that.
I think that might be it, but he's beat Samuel L. Jackson.
No. Is it Samuel's been in a lot more.
Nah, he has not.
Yes, bro.
Nah.
Because he's been in like.
Just from the head count, Chris Evans wins.
Okay.
Head count versus head count.
Okay.
No
so,
research.
Okay. Back to the case at hand. How far have we got?
Spider-Man.
So Spidey.
Vulture was great.
Yeah. Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was great. That bit in the car, it was tense.
Which one?
When like
Tony Stark in the car?
No. Oh yeah. No, not that bit. When that is a quite a good observation actually. Like
two car scenes with.
two car scenes, yeah, where it's like shit went down. Like it was quite. Yeah. That makes sense.
Don't use the suit sort of thing.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do anything I would do. But that.
And obviously
with the Vulture when
he
Michael
realizes
Keaton's realizing who he is, and then he's realizing that he knows, and it's just that Liz Allen is just sitting in the back like just doing her stupid schoolgirl shit. And it's like shit's getting peak right there in the car.
Yeah. That subcontext was peak, bro. It was peak, bro. I'm trying to think what other film is kind of similar to that. The only thing I would say is similar to that is probably what, Seven? Yeah, with the car scene.
What, when they're on the way to find out what's in the box.
Yeah. I mean, in regards to sort of like.
I need to see Seven again because like when I first saw it, I didn't like it. But I feel like I didn't like it because like he just gave himself up in the end.
Yeah, but it's only because he wanted to.
I need to see it with like an older head.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a good film. I mean, if you are going to watch any sort of Brad Pitt film, I would say, 7, 12 Monkeys. I mean, 12
Monkeys was the film where I was like, yeah, I actually do like Brad Pitt. All the other films he was in before that, I was like,
yeah, it's just heartthrob nonsense, isn't it?
just not into this dude. Like, just nah. But 12 Monkeys changed the game. Man was acting in that film. Like he does like quite like he does manic well.
Yeah. Doesn't do it that much anymore.
Nah, he should do it a bit more often. But yeah, he does manic well. You know, man knows how to do manic.
You got that. So Spider-Man, that's on my head. And then what came out after Spidey? Ragnarok. Yes. I love the fact that they combined, Planet Hulk and sort of like a Thor storyline.
Yeah, it made sense. Like I like where they're kind of going with like let's just do team up movies.
See, I'm on the fence about that. I mean,
I'm definitely not on the fence.
The only reason why is because some team up movies just won't work.
Yeah,
like
but they can do ones that do work.
Yeah.
Like obviously be selective about it. Don't just throw people into movies together for the sake of it. But like it definitely adds like a different dynamic.
Yeah, I mean Avenger wise anyway.
You can play around with like whose villains you're gonna put in the films. You can play around with like obviously like the dynamics between the two characters.
I mean,
like it's you're not gonna have people crying about oh, where's Iron Man in this film? Or, oh, why is Spider-Man turning up to save the day? Or whatever. It's just like, fuck off, they're busy, innit? Like, what, man can't be doing something else?
No. Well, I mean, like, well, this is it. It's like, in regards to team-up movies, obviously, Iron Man and Spider-Man, that kind of works.
I don't think so.
Well,
I mean, it worked in the context of Homecoming because Iron Man's not in the whole film. But as like, I don't think it works because they're just too.
Yeah, the age
like
gap.
their mode of transport is too different for a start. Like you can't have some guy flying around and some guy swinging around for the whole film. Like it's too separate. Like it's not. And then like Iron Man's blasting stuff, and then like Spider-Man's punching stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, like they kind of got around that with Infinity War anyway. We'll get up to that anyway.
Kind of, but then like there's more to it than just them two in the film.
Yeah. There's more things going on, more moving parts. So yeah, after Ragnarok had so many classic moments anyway.
Yeah, Goldblum was great.
Yes.
He was
perfect.
Level 11, like he had Goldblum turned up to 11 in that film. It was nuts. Like Loki and Thor, like their relationship was turned up to 11. It's like I don't know, like it's not like you always got the sense that they were like brothers. Yeah, they had like a brotherly relationship, but like it was cemented. Like they were proper. Like there was no. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of like arguments and like Loki tried to screw him over and stuff like that.
He electrocuted him and everything.
But like, you still kind of got the sense that they were brothers. Like they did it well. Valkyrie was awesome in that film.
Yeah.
Korg was fucking amazing.
Wait, did Valkyrie leave with like? Correct me if I'm wrong.
She did. I know what you're gonna say. She did.
She did.
She did.
So in Infinity War,
is she dead? No, I don't think she's dead.
And she didn't get involved.
I think no. I think in the film, Thor says that Thanos slaughtered half his people. So I think that maybe half of them might have left
or evacuated before they got boarded.
Before like what we see starts. So there's that. That's a possibility. So hopefully like Valkyrie was on there and Korg was on there.
Yeah.
You know, like they escaped in the ship or whatever. Because I'd like to see those characters again. I'm like they shouldn't be dead. Like you killed the Warriors free in Ragnarok, so like he needs some new buddies. So Korg and Valkyrie are like good replacements.
Yeah, definitely. So you got that.
Hela was fucking great.
Yes.
She was great.
Kate Blanchett.
She was fucking awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, she was so like menacing but regal and just beautiful and deadly. Like it hit all the buttons. Like I'd risk it.
What?
I would risk it.
Full blown.
Yeah, man.
That's more than a bobbit, bruv.
Don't give a fuck.
That's pain.
I'd risk it.
I couldn't.
I'd risk it for all the biscuits, bruv.
That's horrible, bruv. That is a horrible image. I don't know. I mean, Scourge probably got up in that.
I think he would have tried, but she'd be like, nah. You're not on my level.
Nah, but it's like
actually she would have done it for kicks, like because she was bored, she had nothing to do. But
yeah, but that and like she ain't had something for what is it, hundreds of years.
Yeah, probably that as well.
Just that attention, bruv.
Yeah, that like just got out of jail. Fuck it.
Yeah. Needs that touch. It's kind of crazy.
I'd definitely be down for that.
I couldn't do it. Man,
I would.
Nah,
I would.
It's damnation. Anyway, so you've got that, and then yeah, I don't know. Then Ragnarok, and then obviously Black Panther. Yeah, obviously done extremely well. I mean, it's part of Marvel's $2 billion assault on the cinematic universe.
You can't even say that because they're not even finished yet. Like,
I know.
We saw Infinity War the other day, and like it was the third time I saw it, and so I took a little toilet break, and there were people watching Black Panther while we were watching Infinity War. So both those films are still making money.
Crazy amount of money.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. And you still got Ant-Man and the Wasp to come out this year as well.
Damn. It's like,
And this is the year of Marvel, man. They're making all the bucks.
yeah, I mean, like, to the point that they're buying Fox for kicks.
Maybe. Like, why are we back on this? Like, it's not going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, worst case scenario, they can buy. I mean, I reckon what they should have. What I reckon they confront them with was just sort of like, we just want the Marvel properties back.
Yeah, but when you're buying, you don't get to choose what you're buying. Like, I can't come to your house and be like, yeah, let me buy this, this, and this, and I don't want the rest. Like, you turn around and say, no, you got to buy the whole house. It's like, fair enough.
Yeah, but everyone else is gonna get dash away. Like, but this is the thing. It's like, in regards to Fox, I like the fact that, I don't know, they have that whole impartial bit. Because, like, just imagine this, right?
Impartial to what?
No, I'm just saying in regards to sort of like cinematically, like, or even television wise, not, Fox News and all that shit. That's just the next madness. But
Like that they're not connected.
they're not connected, so they're able to do stuff with
That's fair enough, because
do stuff with the
the
properties.
X-Men don't necessarily need to be like, the X-Men universe is big enough so that they can be their own universe.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be like a stupid Sony thing where it's like they've got one character and you think you can build a universe with one character. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
This is why I feel like what they're doing with their fucking Black and Silver and their Venom movie, why it's not going to work is they don't even understand what the fuck it is that they're trying to do. You can't make a universe with one character. Like, that's not a universe. That's just fucking spin-offs. Like, you're not making any sense.
I mean, the only way I reckon that, say, Sony could, deal with the remaining Marvel properties would be to.
Well, they've just got Spider-Man. Sony's just got Spider-Man.
No, they've got Spider-Man and Spider-Man verse.
No, see, you're making the same mistake they're making. All right, no, they don't have Spider-Man because that's with Marvel. But
No. It's on lease. It's on lease. It's still on lease. It's on lease.
Yeah, but like, while Marvel's making movies with Spider-Man, they're not going to use it. So they're just going to use his tertiary characters, and it's like, no, it just don't make sense. You can't make a universe with just one set of characters. Like, that's not a universe. X-Men's a different story because the X-Men universe is made up of like a lot of like prime characters, and you have tertiary characters, and you've got like different factions. Like, you've got stuff going on Earth, and you've got like the space characters as well. Like, there's stuff you can do that's not just going to be trying to stretch out one set of characters.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like, for me, the only
Venom don't work by himself.
Well, Venom and the symbiotes.
Black Cat don't work by itself. And like, DC tried to make a Catwoman film by itself, it didn't work. The same thing is going to be with Black Cat and fucking Silver Sable. Like, it's not going to work.
So Silver Sable, I can't remember what she actually does.
She's like a mercenary or like a government operative or some fucking bullshit. Who cares? Who cares?
No one. I don't know. It's a bad situation to be in if you own properties. I mean, personally, I reckon that anything Marvel should just be all consolidated, because you can't. It's like a bad hand in poker. Like, you can only play what you've been dealt, and in regards to that hand in particular, in this story-based narrative movie universes that are coming out, it's a shit hand to hold. Like, at the moment, because you've only got Venom.
Yeah, but you would never have said that 10 years ago, because like, look at it. Like, Sony's got Spider-Man, and Fox has X-Men and all the associated characters, and Marvel.
No, they own the word
Marvel
mutant.
Like I said, associated characters. I mean, it's not just mutants, because that still includes Shia, the Skrulls, the
Fantastic Four.
Exactly, Fantastic Four. So it's not just mutants. It's a whole like bag of characters. So like, you would have never said that 10 years ago. Like,
Yeah, because that's when we
Marvel,
was in
you would have said-
separates. Yeah, that's when we was thinking separates. Like,
yeah, but you would have thought like Marvel had the shit hand because who were they left with? Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, characters no one gave a shit about.
no, and even Incredible Hulk, I think that's universal.
It was. It was, and I think they still actually hold the rights to solo Hulk films. But yeah, like Marvel had the shit hand, and they played a shit hand well. Like they played a shit hand like a pro, and like Fox has got a fucking full house, and they managed to lose. Like,
Well, they lost on certain properties, but in regards to sort of like Deadpool, they're winning. Wolverine, the last one, Logan, winning.
yeah, so what's that? 1 out of 3?
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 5, 6, 7. 1 out of 7. Actually, the Wolverine wasn't that bad. Wasn't great either.
Some of it had good parts, but it was a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah, that's because
Wait, the Wolverine.
the Wolverine.
Yeah,
Compared to
they
Wolverine-
fucked up in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay up until the end, and it was just like, what the fuck he did? Like,
It's just stressful. I just remember like there's a lot of stress when I was watching that film, the Wolverine. I mean, Logan, generally a great comic book film. Like, if
it's
you,
fine. I feel like that film's overhyped. Like,
no. I mean, like in regards to the narrative, you know, you've got
it's
like
a good. It's an alright. No, there's things that just take that film down for me.
yeah,
Like,
because you
there's
can't
things
do
like-
full
because
blown
even-
old man Logan.
No, you can't, and I was never expecting that. I was never expecting full blown old man Logan because they just can't do it. They don't have the characters. But like, there's things, if you take it away from being a comic book movie and you just look at it as a film, there's things in that film that knock it down a couple of notches for me. And if I try and look at it as just a comic book movie, there's also things in that film that knock it down a couple of notches for me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not a great film. So that's why I feel like it's overhyped.
All right, I mean,
that
like,
film is not all.
I think what makes it,
The performances are good. The
Yeah.
performances are really good.
yeah,
Yeah, that is what holds that film together. But if you're talking like straight storyline, it's not all that.
I don't know. I mean, I think it was the most solid Fox project. So in regards to that, it was an achievement.
Yeah, but that's not saying much. Like,
I know.
that's not saying that much.
I mean, like, because there's so many X-Men things. I ain't even gonna call them films because films have plot and structure and, you know, character development and all that stuff. So in regards to what they done, in regards to that whole mess of an X-Men universe that they've got right now, absolutely hilarious. Deadpool.
They might not even come out. Like if the yeah.
Well,
Yeah, like if they're lucky, if the deal goes through, maybe Dark Phoenix might come out, but New Mutants is pushed back so far that film might not even come out. That might not even see the light of day.
is that the horror one?
Yeah.
It goes without saying. I mean, Legion as well is annoying. I mean, most of the Fox freaking TV series are annoying.
People like Legion. I like Legion.
I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it.
Why?
It's just boring, bruv. It's boring. Like, considering, like, the fact that, I mean, like, those that are unfamiliar with the character Legion, he's like an omega level mutant. So, like, it's all up in his head. That's all that you're watching. It's the shit that's in his head. And I get that because that's what the comic was about.
All of
But it's just boring, bruv. Like, I just don't care. I don't care that much about this guy. I mean, like, because the worst thing about it is that when you're watching a comic book character, you do like development, you do like depth of character and all that stuff, but you also want to see them kicking ass. Real ass, not the ass inside his head. Standard. That's me anyway. I mean, like, Legion for me could have been great. I mean, a lot of that's like, you know, stuff about the yellow guy or whatever the guy is. Like, is it Shadow King? Is it Shadow King? Whatever he is. That could have been explained in one episode. I didn't have to watch a whole entire series.
Nah, man, you need to draw these things
Oh,
out.
no, you don't.
Give
No, you
it
don't.
time
Because
to
Legion does a
breathe.
lot, bro.
That's how you
This
build
is it.
stakes. You give shit time to
There
breathe.
was no stakes involved, bruv.
Of course there was stakes.
Straight up vegan. Straight up vegan diet, bruv. Is pain. There's no recognizable characters other than this guy and
So
Legion.
what? You don't need recognizable
Yes, you do.
characters.
Yes, you do. If you own that part
So
of
you
the...
can't enjoy something unless you recognize someone that's in it.
No.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is that if you've got Professor X's son in a thing, have Professor X do a cameo. Say hello. How you doing, son? Have a little father-son relationship. That might be cool. If he doesn't have a father-son relationship, include that. Just mention it. Don't ignore it.
Yeah, but he has a father.
Is that going to be the big reveal in season 2? Is that the thing? It's pointless, bruv. I tell you that, it's pointless.
It's not pointless.
You could have explained all of that in 25 minutes, the whole entire thing, 25 minutes.
That's too quick. You can't rush these things.
You can, bruv.
You have to let them breathe.
No, bruv.
Give them space.
Legion-
Let it be its own thing.
Legion, like, how can I put it? You could have dedicated 20 minutes of your hour-long episode to the stuff that's going on inside his head. It didn't have to be a whole, what was it, 4 episodes?
It did, because that's the character.
No, bruv. It was shit.
Yeah, then that character's not for you. Put it down. Put it down, walk away, man.
I enjoy the comic, I just don't enjoy the TV series.
Nah, I don't believe you enjoyed the comic.
Bruv, I read the comics, so I mean, like, I like deep, like, there's this new like Netflix thing out called Happy. That's cool as hell, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I found out that it was a graphic novel before, and yeah, it's done by the guy who arguably wrote one of the best Supermans and one of the best sort of Batmans and all that stuff, Grant Morrison.
Yeah.
So.
He even worked on X-Men, I believe.
Yeah, early X-Men sort of thing. I say early, you know, early in his career, X-Men. A couple other Marvel bits. But yeah, this Happy, I recommend it to people. Just imagine this. This is like the quick fixer, as it were. A guy, elevator pitch. A guy sees the imaginary friend of his daughter, right? And his imaginary friend of his daughter is leading him to his daughter because his daughter's been kidnapped by some crazy guy that's dressed up as Santa Claus.
Okay.
And then that's crazy enough. Then,
What's his beef?
huh?
Santa Claus. What's his beef?
Bruv, it's not even Santa Claus that's got the beef. It's mad. Like, when you watch it, it's mad. It's like Santa Claus is like just trying to, like, you know, like he's got a job to do. So like he's like similar to what a hitman is. He just like holds people.
Okay.
And yeah, there's loads of bits and pieces that sort of like drum up within it. But yeah, it's really, really cool. I recommend it to people. Really fun as well. Very, very, very visceral. And I mean visceral. People are inserted with stuff, twisted stuff. There's a lot of violence. A lot of needless violence as well.
Yeah.
Which is probably the only type of violence that you want in a comic book film. But yeah, Happy, really, really messed up.
Alright, considering that you don't like Legion, can people trust your recommendation?
Yes. With a stamp of approval. Like, Happy versus Legion. Like, the worst thing about Happy as well is that it's on Netflix, right? As a Netflix original.
Yeah.
And then in the credits, it says it's a sci-fi original. So obviously, us watching in the UK, we're just getting mad mixed images because we've got Sci-Fi Channel over here.
Yeah, I've seen that on a couple of Netflix shows.
But it's like, it's mad. It's confusing, bruv.
Yeah, I need to look into like what they're doing because a couple of bits they're saying are Netflix originals, but you can.
No, because I understand
definitely
territories,
get
isn't it?
something else.
Like, it's a Netflix original in the
Yeah,
UK
but
territory.
I think if you've just but I don't think that should allow you to say it's a Netflix original. It's misleading because you haven't made the show. You just have the rights to show it
Yeah.
in that territory.
Yeah.
So I don't think don't think it's right for them to do that. I think it's some shenanigans going on.
Yeah, cardboard shenanigans, bro. Fold away. But anyway, you got that. What was the last film? Bro, Black Panther, really good.
Yeah, Claw was good. Yeah. What do you mean you didn't like Claw?
Yeah.
He was Claw turned up to 11. A lot of people were turned up to 11 in this episode. Claw was one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the most cool part about Black Panther was, I would say, the car chase scene. For me, anyway. I mean, obviously, you got the whole fight against Killmonger at the end and all that stuff, but it's like, I reckon the car chase.
I would say maybe to that. I would also offer.
Oh yeah, obviously the club scene as well, where they get spoiled.
The casino scene, yeah.
But then that's part of that car chase scene anyway. So
I wouldn't say that's part. I wouldn't count that as part.
Well, it starts off in there anyway.
Yeah, but a car chase will count as a car chase. That's like
I mean, the robbery's alright, I guess.
What, right at the beginning?
No, not even a robbery. The jailbreak with Claw.
Oh.
I mean, the worst thing about it is that Claw, in regards to the character, I would like to see him in other Marvel films.
He did. He was in Ultron.
No, I'm just saying in future Marvel films because he's been murked, innit? But
but you need in the context of the film, you needed him to die, so
no. What would have been better?
Killmonger to get into Wakanda and get to have a voice.
Yeah, but he
couldn't have just rocked up there on his J's and
No, but he could have captured him. He could have captured him.
No gifts.
He could have captured him.
But it would have been hard like that. Why go through the hassle?
No, because all you have to do is hit him on the head and then throw him in the frigging van.
Yeah, and then when he wakes up, you got to hit him on the head again. It's a lot of hassle.
Yeah, it's a lot of hitting on the head.
Exactly.
But then saying that he wanted
on a plane again.
I don't know. I mean, even as a plot narrative anyway, I would have reckoned it would have been better just to see him on trial in Wakanda, just so we get to see that.
Nah, we don't want to see fucking Black Panther Law and Order. I don't need to see that shit.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, be Wakanda.
Law and Order Wakanda. They're gonna come out with that shit.
Yeah,
They've
man.
been everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be great.
They've been everywhere else.
Definitely.
They're fucking Law and Order UK.
Yeah. That'd be great. That'd be great.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd be
No,
great.
it wouldn't. Put the show to bed. We've seen everything. Make something new.
I'll just
The
call
show
it.
is over.
No, Laura.
Earth is closed today.
I love that line as well. like moving on to Infinity War. Yeah, the bit where he just basically there's a couple scenes in there, but just for spoiler alert and all that crap.
Too late for that shit.
Oh, definitely. But I do like the whole Earth is closed for today line.
Yeah, I do like that line.
Because it's the second time somebody's invaded the country or
yeah, it's now
a planet.
We've had enough. Go home.
Yeah.
We're not having it.
Or we're just gonna. What did he say? He said something about he's gonna shove something up or whatever. No, I'm thinking too much wrestling analogies. But he just basically says, so take your crafting.
Just get out of here, basically.
Although there was a little bit of Trumpism next to it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
He didn't start to say it. He wasn't talking about building no walls.
Yeah, true. It's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got that.
That whole fight, that fight in New York was good.
Was it better than the first one?
First what?
Fight in New York.
What, in Avengers? The first Avengers? Personally, I'd say it was too short to compare the two.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the fight in London, or where was that? Is that Leicester or something like that? Brighton?
Where?
Because basically Scarlet Witch and Vision were in UK.
Oh, they were.
Is it Liverpool Street?
They were in Scotland.
Scotland. Is that
Yeah,
Glasgow?
I think they were like Edinburgh, maybe. But I think they were in Scotland.
Yeah, so that one I liked.
Yeah, that one was good. Especially when Captain turned up. Yeah, that's when shit got real. That's when you hear.
You know what?
The Avengers music for the first time in the film.
Captain America is the only
There's
like
no Avengers until Captain America turns up.
he was the first one to murk someone in that film. Did you notice that? Like for the side of good.
Did he?
Like obviously because like Thanos busts off Loki's neck. He stabbed Idris Elba in the heart, or whatever.
It was upsetting.
That was very upsetting. He chin checked the Hulk.
Yeah.
And then so in regards to like the goodies or the side of Avengers, they were taking nothing but losses right then.
Yeah.
Nothing but losses, bro.
The film was tense. Like
Very.
the first time I saw it, I was just like uncomfortable for pretty much the whole film. Like there was a couple of jokes in it where it's like you get like 2 seconds of levity, and then I was just back to being tense.
The weight of it.
Like anybody could die at any moment in time.
And then what happens at the end is it's like the worst possible outcome for you as a fan. Anyway, it's like what the hell's going on?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, but then obviously I know that there's an Avengers 4, and I know that there's the Spider-Man 2, spoiler alert, whatever.
Yeah.
Black Panther, they have to make a sequel. I guess.
They have to make too much money.
Yeah, well this is it. For financial reasons they have to release it again, but they don't have to.
Finally Hollywood can wake up and realise if you make a film, black people will go. Like, we'll put our hands in our pockets, just don't make bullshit.
I doubt it, bro. Like,
oh, what, you doubt they learned the lesson?
Nah, it's both. Like people watched Black Panther because it's the first fully black cast film.
Yeah.
Black Panther 2, I don't know if it'll be that popular. I mean, it'll be it'll be sought after, but I don't think it will be the same event.
People went to go see Kidulthood.
Huh?
People went to go see Kidulthood.
What did you kill it on? What?
Kidulthood. No, Adulthood was the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when that film came out, the cinema was packed, blood. Trying to say if Black Panther 2 comes out, it's not going to be packed again.
Okay, for one, that's a UK only cinema.
So what?
It's not
Black
it's not
Panther's
global.
universal, exactly. It's global.
Global. So you can't even put that in that same context. It's just that's retarded.
I can.
It's
not
retarded.
It makes sense.
But in regards to sort of like, especially in America, it's very tense. Like, I mean, at the moment anyway, the whole Kanye thing anyway. Touch about what we said before. But yeah, in regards to like Black Panther, I don't know. I don't think Black Panther 2 will do as well. It'll be like what the Galaxy. Well, it depends what the big bad is.
Yeah, but
the big
there's
bad,
a
I reckon, will
difference
be
between, like doing as well and doing well. Like you're not measuring success by beating yourself all the time because obviously there's going to be a point where you're just going to plateau. It's not possible for you to make more money.
That's what I thought. But what Iron Man did 500 million.
Yeah, but that's different. You're not like that's the first film. You're not going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, but then they've made so much money, bro. Like Marvel just is that machine at the moment, isn't it? I think in regards to Black Panther 2, if we are going to see a Black Panther 2,
we are going to see a Black Panther 2. There's no way we're not going to see a Black Panther 2.
Well, I'm just saying based on events that happen in Infinity War. Yeah. I don't know. Possibly a good thing, but I don't think it will do the numbers as the first one. The first one is a one-off. It's a one-off event.
Yes, it is. But how
are you
measuring success? Like, all you really need to do is like make your money back plus profit.
Yeah.
Like as long as you're making a profit, you can't grumble. Like as long as the investment's paying off, you can't grumble. Like you can't expect to beat the numbers every time. You can't expect to break records of being like the number one selling film in like however amount of days, or like it's been this many weeks number one in the box office, because you don't know what it's going to be up against. You don't know like whatever, like the weather could play a factor in it. Like if there's a snowstorm or something that weekend, like it just happens.
Yeah.
It's going to affect the numbers, but you can't judge success solely on whether you're beating last year's numbers.
All right. That being said, right, in regards to sort of just my point is that I don't think, the whole argument about black people going in their pockets and everything else and, paying out and watching films, I don't think that's a solid, how can I put it? I don't think they should cater for one particular audience.
No, but I'm not saying they are, but that character suits, like, it's not like you're not forcing the situation, and it's still a global film. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made that much money.
Yeah.
It's not like only black people went to go see it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's still a global thing.
Yeah.
But you have like characters that people can relate to, like that more people can relate to. Not just like everyone's just not white guys named Chris. Like you got other dudes up in that film.
Yeah. No, you haven't got any white guys called Chris in that film.
Exactly. You got other dudes in that film.
No, there's not any white guys. There's like 3 white guys, and all of them are baddies, bro.
So?
Well, former
No,
baddies.
they're not.
Former baddies.
They're not all baddies.
Well, apart from Winter Soldier.
And?
Martin Freeman.
Exactly.
2 guys.
So?
1 in 3.
So?
Colonizers.
Exactly. And how many do we usually get?
It's
One
usually
out of what?
It's usually
8?
inverted. It's
8
like
out of 20?
basically they just inverted the film. Like
They didn't even invert it.
Huh?
They didn't even invert it.
it's like what all the characters that would usually be white are now black.
No,
and all
there
the-
were still more white people in that film than there would have been black people if it was inverted.
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly.
I guess. Anyway, yeah.
You know
So
it to be true.
such a views. But yeah. So Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm looking forward to it.
You see the trailer?
Yep, I have. I feel that they should just stop calling him Ant-Man and just call him Giant Man.
Yeah, but he's that man.
Yeah, but he likes getting big,
Yeah, but he mostly gets small.
I suppose. Meh. I don't know. I mean, like, because my whole thing is, who is he a single parent?
No.
I can't remember. Does he see his baby mums?
Yeah, she's in the film.
And is the baby mums is she Pym?
What?
Okay, because from what I understand, from what I understand from the
Is
trailer,
his baby
it's
mama
like
Hank Pym?
no, not Hank Pym, bruv. That's his baby daddy. I'm just saying in regards to sort of like, is he got a love interest with Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
guess.
Sort of, yes. They kissed at the end of the last film.
Big kiss or a small kiss?
It was a big-ish kiss interrupted by Hank Pym.
Oh, dad interrupted kiss.
Yeah.
It's not a kiss at all, bruv. That's a...
Yes, it is. It's still a kiss.
That's weird, bruv. It's weird.
It's not weird. They're grown. Like, fuck it all.
No, I don't care, man. I mean, I don't want granddad
like
looking at me.
all up in her bedroom.
I don't want to see any. I mean, like, unless it's your wedding day, bruv. I don't want.
That's more,
I don't want
that's
grandpa.
more
I don't want grandpa looking at me, bruv.
That's more awkward. That's more awkward. If it's your
No,
wedding,
because that's what everyone's
more
come to see, innit? Come to see some smooching, bruv.
I know what you mean, like in the middle of the thing. I'm talking about like if they're walking on you and it's your wedding day.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just a traditionalist, innit? I don't like kissing in front of. I don't like public displays of affection. That's me. I think that's me as Shunt, like public displays of affection. That's just long, bruv. It's long. But then saying that, I've never been that happy, so fuck it.
I was gonna say I never had the opportunity.
Can I kiss you now? You know, I don't know how that works, bruv. But yeah, that being said, yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it looks good. They're definitely playing around more with like getting big and getting small. It looks,
Yeah, the
looks
impact
like a
and-
crazy ride.
Yeah.
Which I need after Infinity War, man. Because
Super.
that shit brought me down.
So far down, bro.
That shit brought me down.
A little bit of light comic relief with the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely needed. Yeah, in between the films, definitely needed.
Definitely. All right.
It's probably going to be set before Infinity War.
Or during Infinity War, maybe.
I don't think during. During's just going to be too crazy. Like even though a lot of it is happening off-world, I mean, I guess because a lot of it is happening off-world, or either like off-world or in Wakanda, it could be during. Maybe it's like before / during. But I guess that could be interesting. And like you don't have to, kind of coach the audience so much if it starts like just before and by the time it finishes,
It's
you're
after.
already in Infinity War.
Yeah, I reckon they're gonna be leading into, obviously, because it's all going capping Marvel and
It's
all
like
that
at the
stuff.
end of like Ant-Man and the Wasp, you just see like Hank Pym and what's his name, Michael. What's that dude's name again? Can't remember. But the Ant-Man crew, like they just disappear. Evangeline Lilly disappears. You see Ant-Man by himself, small with 2 ants because the other ants disappeared.
Nah, they got killed, didn't they?
No, I mean at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's gonna have more ants.
Yeah, I suppose. More ants for Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon what we'll probably see is a giant ant in this film.
Yeah, you see it in the trailer, he's playing the drums. You see it in the trailer, he's playing the drums. No, you mean the giant ant?
Giant ant, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, but that's already a giant ant. Like, what is giant? Like, is it giant relative to you, or is giant relative to whatever it is normal size?
I'm talking about a 20-story ant.
Okay. So, a human-sized ant, you don't call a giant ant?
Depends if it's originally meant to be that size.
Well, no ant's originally meant to be that size.
Well, either. Like, it's one of those ones where, for me anyway, in regards to Ant-Man, that whole joke where he's there with Goliath,
Yeah.
which can be confusing because, like, Goliath is also, what's that guy in, who does he play in, or Lawrence Fishburne, who does he play in Man of Steel? Is it Perry White?
Yeah, he's Perry White.
So Perry White is also Goliath. That's
not confusing.
it is, bruv.
If Johnny Storm can be Captain America, I'm
Nah,
sure people can be like, Perry White is now
it's
Goliath.
DC and Marvel. Like, you can't really do that. Like,
And it's Marvel and Marvel. You're trying to say that's not more confusing?
it's not Marvel and Marvel.
Well, from Johnny Storm to Captain America is.
Yeah,
It's not Marvel Studios, but it's Marvel
yeah,
characters.
I suppose. But in regards to sort of like, anyway, I
And
digress.
most people can't tell the difference anyway.
What?
Like, they can't tell the difference. Between
That's because
DC
nobody's
characters.
seen a Fantastic Four film.
No, I mean, people can't tell the difference between DC characters and Marvel characters.
I can, and that's what's
yeah,
confusing.
that's you. But that's not everybody. Most people can't.
No, Perry White, you can't, basically, you can't be the head of the Daily Planet and a former superhero.
You can. If you can be the head of the Daily Bugle and Commissioner Gordon, then you can be
When did that happen? Is that Oldman?
in Batman.
Is that Oldman?
No, it's what's his face?
Yeah?
Whiplash dude.
Whiplash dude.
Yeah.
Rourke.
No, not Whiplash the character. Whiplash the drum film.
Oh, Simmons. Something. J.K. Simmons?
That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
See, you can do it, man. No
Yeah,
one's
but
gonna
wait.
get confused.
So
No one's gonna get confused.
when did? Was he
That's
Commissioner
like people,
Gordon?
that's like saying.
When was he Commissioner Gordon? Is he the new Commissioner
Yeah.
Gordon? He's
Yeah.
not. He's not.
Have you seen a film?
What, Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
He was Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
I blanked. You know what? I was so vexed when I watched that film.
Yeah. Use that as an excuse.
Bruv, honestly.
I was
like,
mad too.
I just so angry. Like,
So was I.
I remember him playing the guy from the Daily Bugle. Was it Daily Bugle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember the hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up because it's a whole heap to edit. But yeah, while on real dumb shit, Shunt and Redacted.